did you make some of these, or did you kind of take random pieces of like aluminum and then put the chair together?
Okay. I can summarize the parts that I've purchased. The grips, the wheels, the armrests, the brakes, the axle, the footrests, and the front wheel assembly.
Okay.
Everything else I made.
Wow.
Every bracket in there. And again, drilling, tapping, welding.
I was gonna say, because you had to buy the parts, but then you also had to kind of manipulate them as well and weld them.
My
and all
Dremel
that
tool
stuff.
took a beating. I'll tell you, because I had to refine and refine.
Mhm.
And of course, aluminum is a soft enough metal, and I could actually, I cut a lot of this on my bandsaw, my woodworking bandsaw, and all of it was cut on my chop saw to chop it up. So my woodworking tools really did well on the metal, because the metal is not hard.
Mhm.
But the shock absorber is another component that I bought.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but everything else was made.
Wow.
Everything else was made. I actually, if I can get this seat off. That's what I was afraid of.
Tools falling out.
Yeah. These were a solid shaft, square. I turned them on my wood lathe to get them round. And then I drilled them and put the threads inside and tapped them. And then I made these out of steel so that you can actually torque down on them to tighten them in place.
Wow.
Okay, so that was all handmade. As far as componentry that was handmade, this shaft was way bigger. I had to turn that on my wood lathe and get it so that it would fit in here, and then machine this with my saws and stuff. So a lot of the drilling and tapping.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to not
Really tapping is a good
look at that.
trick. But if you kill me with the wheelchair, you're probably not gonna happen.
Yeah. Those mechanisms, drilled, countersunk, tapped, drilled, tapped, cut out with the bandsaw, shaped with the router. I mean,
Wow.
it's not like I had molds. I had to machine everything.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, so, oh, I'm sorry, Saint.
No, her tail's
A
still on.
manufacturer would take those parts, make a mold of it, cast it, and it would take them 20 minutes to make a piece.
Right. If you were to like patent it and then get a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But where I had to trial and error, and there was a lot of trial,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of error. So it's like I said, 60% of my time was non-productive. It was all thoughts and trying to put things together, you know.
It was,
There we go.
you might as well
That's
dump it
easy.
all. And
Gotta
the
have
Allen
to-
wrenches are gonna
we
come
put
out.
a-
It was productive. I mean, that's what we
Put a
always
cover
do.
on that. We need to put a flap.
Velcro.
Yeah, or Velcro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
There we
otherwise,
go.
we're gonna leave them on the tree.
Yeah. The only other thought I have, and again, this is gonna be the test, 'cause I have to leave, but it seems to me somewhere along the line, I've seen a tool that allows somebody on that kind of a push button mechanism who doesn't have a lot of strength in their hands to have something that you can use your palm or you can use your body to push in on those buttons if you don't have the finger strength
Yeah.
to push in on them.
And I'm gonna tell you, I searched for a weaker spring. The problem with the weaker spring, it was a weaker mechanism, allowed
Yeah.
for breakage.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
that's no question.
Yeah. The springs themselves, if I can pull that out of there, I don't have a pen. Can I break somebody's pen? Somebody get a pen?
Sacrifice of time.
I I have a pen here.
I just need the, that
Oh.
That looks like a highly expensive pen.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm gonna use it.
Here. Okay. Won't come out. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna need it again. They're in there not to fall out.
No, that's the right way they should work.
Yeah. There. There we go. There we go. There it is.
Okay, yeah.
So, anything weaker than that
Yeah,
would break.
yeah.
Okay. So you gotta squeeze that together. Oh, no, that's easy to put in.
Yeah.
The hard part was drilling it to make sure that it was well done and, you know, the location. Every one of these holes that you're talking about, I've actually countersunk the hole,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
okay? So if you look at, the hole is actually countersunk, so the
Yeah.
finger goes in, and once it goes in, you know, you
It's
usually
ready to
slide.
come out.
Yeah. So, it's pretty rugged, but you're only pushing the length of that button. Those are stainless steel, I didn't want them rusting and breaking. You know, these are all little things that you really don't look at, but all the fasteners on this are stainless steel,
Mhm.
you know. So that way, the salt water air and the water and the rain and stuff like that, the sap from the trees,
The saliva from the bears chasing us.
Yeah.
the mountain lion.
Did chew on them in the night.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing that these were wood originally, and Terry
Yeah.
said, between the wood and people soft on their hands, porcupines would come and chew them.
Yeah.
Because of the, yeah.
So they actually come out pretty well, but then again, you know, I've got arthritis in both hands,
Mm.
so I have a hard time. So if
Mm.
it looks like it's very difficult, it's because I have a hard time personally,
Well,
but
and-
it's doable, you
Yeah,
know.
and again, I'm thinking about that, the test will be, but again, that's the only thing I could think of that would be difficult for you, is if the tension on that is more than your fingers can do.
Yeah, and you can try the one because they're all the same.
Right.
Okay, and so,
It's all the same tension.
It's all the same tension, yeah.
and so